Yo, what's up, guys? SK here, and today we're going to talk about leveling up your profession the easy way. Now, leveling your profession, you're going to go ahead and need to go through a bunch of requests, and that'll get you all the way to master, where the master quest is just one of the hardest requests to do. But the level of your regular requests, we're going to go over these right now. Going through process is going to be really easy. Just going to have to farm out those materials, or you can buy most of the materials from the exchange shop for rallies if you have rallies. Personally, I don't buy them. I just go out and farm them because it's easy to farm. It's just clicking and moving while I do something else from another game, or using my controller to kind of run around and just press a few times to grab the materials. The next thing is going to be cooking and blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is actually pretty easy as well. I'm going to say blacksmithing is easy because blacksmithing, all you really need to do is either craft the materials from the base, which, I mean, depending on the material, depending on the weapon, like if you're crafting, say for the first one, it's going to be easy. But the further you go up, the more you're going to need more materials. So you get here, you're going to need this base weapon, which you're going to need the grassland dew staff. Now, when you start getting to that point and you start farming the subjugations for those weapons, you need to realize as well, the higher you go up, you can get the later levels as well. But you can farm the later levels to get the higher stuff and then go back and buy the cheaper stuff from back here. I suggest a lot of people do this because it'll get you through those stages a lot easier. Buying the cheap stuff rather than buying the higher level stuff from the beginning. That way you can just have the first few levels of things being able to make back to back going forward. Otherwise from that should really like get you through the weapons really easily for the blacksmithing portion of it. That's why I did my blacksmithing. I got through it within like a few days. Cooking, however, is going to take a bit more time. The cooking portion is either going to be time gated for you or it's going to be resource gated. And that means you're going to be needing to farm a lot of resources or you're going to have to wait a long period of time. What you're going to want to do if you want to go through this quickly is you're going to have to go and be in a guild that is active guild. And for that, you're going to want a guild that constantly hits this point right here, the 2200 point for the 300 guild points daily. On top of that, you're going to want to go ahead and do the most of your guild quests that give you the most points, which means you're going to want to do already done on guild quests. You want to do the ones that give you guild coins, especially if you're pushing for leveling your profession. Now, what you're going to do after that is you're going to go over to the guild shop, go over to ingredients, and you're going to go to these cooking promotion boxes. Each one of these boxes has the materials to push you to the next level. All the materials are in these boxes. So for the last level, I was at 4 when I found out about this. And what I did was I was already like around 5,000 at that point. I was saving for the next month's Light and Dark Scroll. And so what I did was instead of buying the Light and Dark Scroll, I just kept saving up points until I got to the 15. And then I grinded out the rest of these. And then I bought the last one because I knew the last one was going to be really hard. And I was correct. The last one was ridiculously hard to even try to go ahead and farm out. So I just grabbed the boxes for the last one and made that my completion for cooking. So that'll be easy to level up cooking. Like I said, it's either going to be time gated or resource gated, and it's both of them are technically time gates really. But that's going to be one easy way to go ahead and get through your cooking profession. Now, alchemy is going to be the hardest one to do, and that's mostly because of these books right here. If you don't AFK farm, alchemy is going to be the hardest one for you because the faint magic cores are going to be the most just stressful drop to get. They drop only from monsters, from killing monsters in the fields. And like I said, if you don't AFK farm, you're not going to have that many of these. These are also going to be one of the hardest things to get as well. Because you're going to get these from the raids. These aren't even the hardest drop to get, period, because the evolved version of this is actually going to be the problem when it comes to completing the master request. But we're going to go over this quickly. So you're going to be AFK farming as much as you can to get these, because you need 300 of these to make 10 of the books. And you're going to need 3 books, so you're going to need 900 of these total. You need 300 for this, 300 for that book, and then 300 for the attack book. So attack book, defense book, and utility book are going to need 300 apiece. Now, when you get to the end of it, it's going to be pretty easy at that point, just to push through, because that's going to be the last level of your alchemy. That's just the hardest part. Now, when you get to master, master's a whole different beast. Once again, farming is going to be easy for processing. The alchemy section depends on you how you're going to take this part, because if you've been running raids like from the beginning, you're still going to be stuck at this part like I am. this book right here, not this book, this was the other book. It's this book right here, the attack book. The attack book takes Fire Spirit Heart. And the only way to get these is by going through the Elite Dungeons. Now, I've been running Elite Dungeons since the very beginning, and I only have 3 of these. I don't think I've used these to make any of the outfits. So I'm stuck with 3 of these right now, and I've been constantly running my Elite Dungeons every day. I don't know what else to do to get those, so we're just going to go ahead and wait because they don't show up in the exchange shop. You can buy some of the materials from the exchange shop as well. The utility books, you're going to need to run these special expeditions to get this specific item, as well as you're going to have to be farming to get this powerful magic core. Once again, it's a drop, so it's going to be a rare drop. The problem is that these all drop at kind of the same rate, to be honest. This, of course, is going to be the lower drop chance because it is a higher rarity. But this one and the faint magic core drop around the same rate, which is why I have it around the same amount as for both of them. Ridiculous, right? I don't get why they do that. The Supreme Moonstone is just going to be a resource thing. You're just going to have to farm out those resources. It's going to be a ton of resources. You can also use the exploration function with the Fire Lizard Man to go ahead and make these. And they have 3 ways to make these. I suggest sticking to this because these 2 things are so useful for everything else. This is going to be used to make one of your outfits, as well as some level up, craft up some of your weapons for blacksmithing. And this one's going to be used for outfits, specifically outfits as well. Actually, no, I think this is also used for crafting your weapon from 4-star awakening to 5-star awakening. So keep that in mind when you're making these Supreme Moonstones, that you're just going to go ahead and use the actual materials for this one. Now, and it takes 20 of those, so you're going to need a lot of materials. There's going to be a lot of farming, a lot of crafting being done there. Supreme Handiwork Gem, this one's ridiculous as well. The Peridot, once again, you're going to want to use the exploration function to grab these as much as you can. They only come in 27 per stack, and I think the highest you can get is like 32 per stack. If you like proc lucky, I'm not sure how the proc works on that because I've only gotten like extra twice, so I'm not really sure how that works. Now for the cooking portion, the cooking is you're gonna have to just farm out the cooking straight up. A lot of these you can only get from events. I think this one's one you can only get from events. And yeah, it takes the comm macro from the event, and the event only runs, I believe, on Mondays, and it runs 3 times a day. And I think you can only do it once per character. I'm not really sure on that part. But yeah, that's going to be one of the really hard ones to get because you can't buy these as well. Well, you can't buy these. Sorry, you can buy these from the Rallied Exchange shop. But the fact that they are master materials are going to be hard to get because people are going to be constantly buying them. The weapons as well, you can go ahead and farm out the latest version of those, which would be from the subjugation. And while you're farming out the latest version of those, let me put back on my auto attack so I can continue farming my quest. Wait a minute. There we go. So latest version of those you can get from the subjugation when you're farming the for the basic weapon. You can get the basic weapon and then craft it up twice. You're gonna have to craft it up twice to get that. Or you can just farm enough points, which you see I have 10,000 points right here. So I'm just gonna buy the awakening one of the staff, which is right here, which is 11,050. Just gonna, 1150. I'm gonna buy each one of the weapons I need for that, and then just go ahead and craft them up to the awakening form, and that'll get me just knocked out of those really quickly. And like I said, it's right here. Like the Grassland Dew staff goes from right here, just go straight up to the awakening version of that, and that's all I need to go ahead and push through the levels to get those knocked out of the way. So the blacksmithing portion of the master quest is going to be really easy. Like I said, the only thing that's going to be really hard is going to be the alchemy section, and the one thing for the cooking, which is the grilled calm mackerel. But everything else should be very easy for you to do if you've been playing the game normally and naturally. That's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. And like I said, just make use of the exchange center when it comes to some of this stuff, because if you're not if you're getting stuck on like the weapons and stuff, you can buy the weapons from in here. You can buy the weapons from here, and the weapons have to be weapons actually have to be unappraised, so you can actually post them on here as well. So if you get extra weapons, you can actually post them on there, but they have to be unappraised to post them on there, so you can make some rallies as well. So you can change those rallies into either gems or continue to buy the weapons that you actually need from what you get. But that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been SK. Peace out.